Watching Red River is a class that teaches you to love the nostalgic and epic Western genre. The Master Hawks counted on an unbeatable cast in which the discovery of the great Montgomery Clift, who made his debut that year, stands out. To give life to some cowboys who drive cattle on a long journey of miles and dust, of adventures and changing human relationships. Among the classics of Westerns, undoubtedly one of the best.
Do I feel weak, Tom? I don't, do I? Oh, you'll need me. You'll need a woman. You need what a woman can give you to do what you have to do. Oh, listen to me, Tom. Listen with your head and your heart, too. The sun only shines half the time, Tom. The other half is night.
Howard Hawks shot the beginning of the cattle drive in close-ups of each of the principal cowhands because he felt tight shots would be needed to help the audience keep all the characters straight in their minds. To that end, he also gave them all different kinds of hats, including a derby. Montgomery Clift used Hawks's own hat, which was given to him by Gary Cooper. Cooper had imparted a weather-beaten look to the hat by watering it every night. Spiders built nests in it, Hawks said. It looked great.
It's all burning. Only Indians around. Just all burning and smoking.
How'd you get away?
Smelling. They were burning everything.
He's plumb out of his head.
Just plain I could see it. It was burning the wagons. People were screaming. I wouldn't do that again.
Put that gun down.
I said don't do that again.
All right, Sonny. I was just asking where you came. Don't ever trust anybody till you know them.
I won't. After this. Thanks for telling me.
Film debut of Montgomery Clift. Note, this film was shelved for 2 years, so the first film the public saw of Clift was The Search 1948, for which he was nominated for the Academy Award for Best Actor.
Well, are you going to use it?
No. No. But don't ever try to take it away from me again.
He'll do.
Montgomery Clift was nervous about standing up to John Wayne, but gained confidence when Howard Hawks told him to play his scenes like David against Goliath. He also urged the young actor to underplay in his scenes with Wayne, particularly the scene in which his character challenges Dunson for the first time. Wayne was also not sure Clift could be convincing as a rugged cowboy. But after that first confrontation scene, he told Hawks his doubts were gone, and he's going to be okay. After seeing John Wayne's performance in the film directed by rival director Howard Hawks, John Ford was quoted as saying, "I never knew the big son of a bitch could act." This led to Ford casting Wayne in more complex, multi-layered, and dramatic roles in films like La Légion, Invincible 1949, Más Corazón que Odio Nina Tien 56, and Un Tiro en la Noche Nina Tien 62. However, it is worth noting that the only source for Ford's quote was Howard Hawks himself, who always liked to make himself look good in relation to other famous directors. Montgomery Clift had learned to ride horses while at military prep school, but it was a different kind of riding than he was required to do in this role. He asked experienced Western actor Noah Beery Jr. for help and worked hard to become convincing on screen. Beery later said, "The thing he enjoyed most was becoming a hell of a good cowboy and horseman." Howard Hawks always had high praise for how hard Clift worked on the picture.
Try.
And you've always been good enough to stop him?
Amigo, it is my work.
Pretty unhealthy job. Get away, man.
Sorry for you, sir.
How about you? You want some of it?
It is not my land, senor. I will wait until Don Diego tells me what to do.
All right, go tell him what happened. Tell him what I said. Take your friend's horse. We'll bury him. Move.
Muy bien.
I told you to get away. You might have got hurt.
You went for his gun first, but you kind of seemed
Next
to know when he
time,
was
do what I say.
How'd you know when he was gonna draw?
I watch in his eyes. Remember that.
I will.
Get a shovel and my Bible. I'll read over it. We brought nothing into this world, and it's certain we can carry nothing out. The Lord gave, and the Lord hath taken away.
The film spent nearly 2 years in editing. The first cuts proved to be all wrong. So, in desperation, Howard Hawks reached out to Christian Nyby, his friend and a respected editor, who was working at Warner Brothers editing Escuadrón de Combat 1948 at the time. Nyby agreed with Hawks that the film wasn't working, but told him he couldn't help him as he was contracted to Warner's. Hawks got around that by contacting Warner's chief, Jack L. Warner, who was aboard the ocean liner Queen Mary on the way to Europe, and secured his permission to use Nyby, so the editor would cut Escuadrón de Combat 1948 by day, and then, after hours, get to work on this.
3-cent piece? Why, that's more silver money than I've seen since the war.
That's right. It all happened while you were away, Matt. More cattle than a man could gather elsewhere in 2 lifetimes. And I'm broke. Unless we can move them, I'm broke.
I figured that's why I rounded him up.
I'm not gonna take it haunched back like the rest around here. There's no market for cattle in Texas.
And there ain't.
Then I'll take them where there is a market. It means driving them 1,000 miles.
Missouri?
Yeah.
That's what I figured.
Seems you two been doing a lot of figuring. While you were at it, did you figure out the best way to get them there?
Which trail to take? Yeah. San Saba, then Meridian, then along the Brazos.
That's the long way around.
Along the Brazos, then up Palo Pinto.
I said that's the long way.
I know it's a long way, but there's good water up, clear all the way up to the Red.
Yeah, but going that way, why, we'd get 2 extra crossings.
You're not going. How do you know
I'm
the water?
not.
No, you're not. How do you know the water's good?
I let it patrol that way.
Well, what you think it's worth? You think it's worth? What are you mumbling about? Where are those store teeth Matt brought you?
In my pocket.
Well, why don't you use them?
Because they whistle. I use them for eating.
Can't understand you.
Everybody else can.
Well, what did you say?
I said there's a...
Despite the reputed lack of rain, there were frequent, unexpected downpours on location. John Wayne convinced Howard Hawks to shoot in all weather, and the script was rewritten to accommodate a fierce storm. The second film, in which Walter Brennan opens the Abilene Trail, herding cattle from Texas to Abilene after the Civil War, is first with Randolph Scott in The Texans 1938, and then again in Red River 1948 with John Wayne. Brennan essentially plays the same role in both films. There was some concern that John Wayne and Montgomery Clift would not get along, since they were diametrically opposed on all political issues, and both were outspoken on their views. According to legend, they agreed not to discuss politics, and the shooting went smoothly. However, both Wayne and Walter Brennan would not get along with Clift, and they stayed away from the young actor when not filming. Clift later turned down Dean Martin's role in Rio Bravo 1959 because he did not want to be reunited with those two actors. One way or another, it's a movie I never get tired of watching.